Yo, what is up guys? Pedro here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about what is quarterback Taylor Heinicke's future on the Washington football team. Will he be on the roster next year, and will he be competing for the starting quarterback job? I'm also going to be addressing Alex Smith's comments today, and also Ron Rivera's comments on the quarterback position. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. So the Washington football team obviously has a lot of decisions to make on the quarterback position this offseason because Alex Smith is contemplating retirement. You got Kyle Allen as a free agent, Taylor Heinicke as a free agent, so you don't know who's going to be your starting quarterback. So like I said in today's video, we're going to be talking about Taylor Heinicke, and first off, he is an unrestricted free agent. There was some research done, and Heinicke will actually be a restricted free agent this offseason. That bodes well for Washington's chances of keeping him around, and I really do think they want to keep him around, and Taylor Heinicke himself says he wants to be in Washington next year. He really likes Ron Rivera. And so let's get into some positives about Taylor Heinicke, because I really like him and I really liked his performance. So one of the biggest, and obviously if you don't know, yesterday 26 for 44, over 300 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, also had 46 yards running and 1 touchdown while playing with a separated shoulder. One of the biggest positives with Taylor Heinicke is that he knows the offense. He ran it perfectly yesterday. He makes really good reads. He's very good. I mean, almost every throw he made the right decision, which is really important. And I think that's what Scott Turner likes. And the offense ran really well with him, and even Kyle Allen as well. It ran better than it did with Haskins because both of them knew the offense, and that's one of the reasons why Haskins struggled, is because he didn't know the offense, and Scott Turner couldn't run the offense he wanted to because Dwayne Haskins really didn't know the offense. Also, a good thing about Taylor Heinicke, he has good football IQ. I mean, just the little things. I mean, like batting down the football, stuff like that. He has good football IQ, good situational awareness. Another thing, really accurate ball. There was only a couple throws in the game where they were like bad throws, but besides that, he had a good an accurate ball, like I said. And one of the biggest things, he's really mobile. I mean, he got out of a couple sacks last night and saved us a bunch and got over 40 yards rushing. Really should have been 60 if they wouldn't have called that holding call on Sheriff that wasn't even close to being. I really like Taylor Heinicke. And so he's going to be, like I said, a restricted free agent. So that makes it a lot easier for us to re-sign him. I do believe how restricted free agency works. If another team puts an offer for Heinicke, let's say they go and give Taylor Heinicke a 2-year deal for $4 million, we can match that and we keep him. So that bodes well for us. And now on to some of the negatives with Taylor Heinicke. Not necessarily too much about his play, but just about his situation. First off, very small sample size that we've seen. We saw 1 quarter against Carolina where he played really good, and we saw 4 quarters against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers where he played really well. I mean, both of those games, he played really good football. But again, that's only 5 quarters of football. I really would have liked to see more, and I don't know if Ron Rivera and the staff are going to go into the season with him as a starting quarterback without, seeing much more than 5 quarters. And the biggest thing with me is his durability. He doesn't really have a big body. He's, I think, 6 foot, 200 pounds, around that weight, and durability has been a concern for him throughout his career. In his first start with the Panthers, he had an injury. I can't remember if it was, I think he broke his collarbone in a game with the Texans. He had a concussion. This game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he obviously had that shoulder injury, and who knows if we would have won that game if he would have been able to play. I think he would have, but who knows? So that's the biggest thing with me, his durability, because he's small, so I don't know if he would be able to go through a 17-game season, because I do believe next year is 17 games. I don't know if he would be able to go through a 17-game season with being healthy. That's my biggest concern with him. I do like his play though, and let's talk about what I would do with him. My situations, and I like what Mark Bullock said. No issues with giving him a contract. My issue would be if they say he's our quarterback of the future after. It was a great performance, most fun quarterback performance in Washington in years, but it was just one game. Shouldn't prevent them from pursuing other QB1 targets, and I agree. And he has one of the best quarterback performances in years. PFF said it was the best grade they gave out in 14 years. Obviously, take PFF with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, that is very, very impressive. Here's my take on Taylor Heinicke, and I thought Tan Todd podcast, they said it, what my feelings were really well. They said Heinicke was very good last night, but his performance should not alter the plans at quarterback going into the offseason. Aggressively trade or draft your guy. Re-sign Heinicke and Allen. If they draft someone in the first, second, or third round, let them battle it out in camp. Heinicke knows the offense well, so if he starts while a rookie sits, you can still win games. Then he'll get his chance to show whether last night was an outlier or not. And I totally agree. Obviously, if you go after someone like Matt Stafford, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott, any of those guys, they're going to start over Taylor Heinicke. But let's say they trade up into the 12th overall pick, take Trey Lance, and then I would be perfectly fine with Kyle Allen, Taylor Heinicke, preferably being the starter initially, and kind of helping, giving Trey Lance or whatever that rookie quarterback is some time to develop behind them. They could also go the route of drafting a guy not in the first round, maybe in the second or third round. And again, I would be okay with Heinicke or Allen starting for a season, and seeing like Tan Todd podcast said, if that game was an outlier or not, because again, that was a very impressive performance, and we did not lose because of him. We lost because we gave up 31 points. So that's my take on it right there. Real quick, let's get some comments from Ron Rivera and Alex Smith. So Alex Smith said today he had so much fun this year, and playing football is one of the greatest feelings in the world. Smith will take a few weeks to decide if he's going to retire or not, so we'll get that in a few weeks. Either way, a lot of respect. And we'll see what happens with him. It's a lot of money that will be saved if he does retire, and it's going to be an important decision. We'll see if we ended up keeping him or not. Hard to see us not. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And then Ron Rivera also said today, he said the quarterback is the most important thing we have to get done going forward. So saying we have to get done, maybe that implies going out to trade for someone, drafting someone, or signing someone, or it could also just mean bring back our guys and running it back. But I do think Ron Rivera is going to make a move this offseason to get his quarterback. I really do think so. I think Taylor Heinicke, some people think he can be the starter moving forward, and I'm not going to disagree with that, but I do think he's the perfect backup because the guys rally behind him. If he were to come in a game, I think the offense would be able to be run normally. He is super fiery, and he played really well, mobile, and he can get the job done. If he has to start for 4 weeks, I would not be I would still be comfortable with that because I think he is that good. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and down in the comments below, let me know some videos you guys want to see in the next coming weeks for the off season. There's going to be a lot of things coming. I do have a video planned out for tomorrow, but after that, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Turn on those post notifications, like the video, and peace.